Hello, this is Lois playing with paper, and right now I am doing a supply list for the Dear Julie challenge over in her group, um, Just Junk Journal Challenge. So here's my list of what I can have and what I cannot. We was allowed any kind of string. So this is the kind of string that I picked out. It's an artsy, and it has lots of colors. So that was my string. We was allowed paper clips or binder clips, and I chose paper clips. And so I've got two large ones, two mediums, and then we was allowed so many to bind to help us bind our book, and so you get to use those in your book. So I chose all paper clips. We was allowed a punch or crocodile, and I'm going to use my crocodile. I don't have it here right now, but that's what I'm going to use. We was allowed a gift bag or a box, and my friend got me this full of paper crafting supplies. So that's what I'm going to use. I think it's pretty. So that's going to be my gift bag. We was allowed staples any color. So I've got a mini stapler and a whole bunch of colors of staples. So I'm going to use that. We was allowed magazine or catalog, and the idea of this challenge was so people who didn't have a whole lot of supplies could be able to do this. And originally I was going to do a magazine that I had to pay for, but instead I did a free catalog that I got from this company, and anybody can get a hold of this company and have one sent to them. It has a lot of pretty pictures in it. It'll be interesting to use it, and it's free. Didn't cost me nothing. And it's an older catalog, so it hasn't made the junk pile yet, but it was going to. We was allowed one article of clothing, and I have a dress that I will never wear again. I wore it once, and it has lace on the front to about your knees, and then it has chiffon on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to use. This will be my article of clothing. Let's see, what else was we allowed? Sewing thread, 2 colors. We could either hand sew or we could use our sewing machine. And I chose pink and purple, or I mean pink and blue. We was allowed 1 pen, marker, whatever. And I chose picked raspberry marker. And we was allowed 1 stamp. Where'd it go? And I'm going to choose this one that has some script on it. And we was allowed 1 stamp pad, and I'm going to use the Salty Ocean Distress Oxide, just because I think I can mix these and come up with purple. So it kind of gives me 3 colors. We was allowed 1 piece of jewelry that was broken, and this was a bracelet. Oh. But there is an elastic. There's an elastic in there that held this all nice and tight. So that is what I'm going to use. It has lots of little charms on it and a few little beads. So that'll be pretty. We was allowed 1 makeup sponge. Where did it go? We was allowed, is it up there? We was allowed pattern paper from Patterns. And so I've got an old one that I'd made a dress out of that I'll never make again. We was allowed 1 book, and so this is the book that I chose. It says A Year of Flowers. And it has a lot of black and whites, pictures that you can color later. But it also has some colored pictures, some really pretty pictures. So that'll be fun. I love this. That'll be fun in the journal. So that's my book, and I'll probably enjoy that a lot. You was allowed one pair of scissors, whether it was curly or straight, and mine are just going to be plain old straight scissors. One pokey tool. So here's my pokey tool. One calendar. And so this is a calendar from 2016, so it's an old calendar. But I saved it because it was really cool. On each page, it has pockets. So that'll be nice in my journal, and it has lovely butterflies. There is all kinds of really pretty, and each page is a pocket. So that's what I'll be using in my journal. I think that would be very, very pretty. And then on the back, it has, of course, the little pictures that I can use for bookmarks and things like that. So let's see, what else did we get? You had to use all kinds of junk. You was allowed white paint. So here's the type of white paint that I'm using. You was allowed ribbons from packaging and shoestrings and that type of thing. So I've got some shoestrings in here. Actually, I think these came from shorts. I think this came from Victoria's Secret. I think that was on a candle. So there's all these ribbons that I'm allowed to use. And of course, any ephemera that you want to use. So I've got tickets. I can use a ticket. Rick and I went to eat, and this was our table mats. So before they brought our food and they got messed up, I saved both of ours. It's kind of a waxy affair, but that'll be pretty in the journal. You can use coffee filters, dryer sheets. You can tea dye them, coffee dye them. So I'm using those. Rick got something from Amazon, and it was wrapped up in this brown craft paper, and so I'm going to use that in my journal as some of the pages. And he got something else that was wrapped in this, and so I saved it. Let's see, what else? You can use all your junk mail, your envelopes. And so, like, these envelopes have great big huge pockets. Well, that one did. Yeah, has great big pockets. So that'll be cool to use. Then as I was going through our file box on our junk mail, I found like these have this pattern on it, and there's a bunch of them. So if you turn the envelope inside out, there's all kinds of free pattern paper. These were all different colors, mostly blue. There's a green, but most of them were blue that you could draw out some flowers to use. There's a crisscross pattern. Here's another little pattern. There's some with that pattern. I was really amazed how many patterns. You don't pay any attention to your mail. You just open it and toss it. And this one's a really pretty, like, quilted pattern. This one looks like little flowers. So add a little color to it, and it's ready to go. Stripes. There was quite a few of this little crisscross pattern. I don't even know if these are showing up. There's that pattern. I don't think it's even showing up. Anyway, I washed this off. This was from Scalloped Apples. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'm going to use it for something. Maybe. when we bought our house here a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, I'd went and got all these paint supplies, well, paint sample books. And so I know, normal person would have thrown them away, and that's the point. Stuff that you would normally throw away. And so I'm going to use those in there. Let's see. And there's a bunch of these. And I do this on a regular basis. This is just a piece of cardboard where I've taken the top layer off and use it for lines in my journal by putting it in my ink pad and then pressing it on the paper. So that's a good one. I went out and I got some sand because we're allowed to use glue. We're allowed any glue, and we're allowed to use Mod Podge. So I'm going to mix this sand with some glue of some sort and see if I can't come up with some funky texture paste. Gift tags. You can use gift tags to make little tags, and they'd be really cute. I saved my meat trays because we can make homemade stamps. We can use stencils. But I also found some packaging, acrylic packaging, that I can make homemade stencils out of, or I can draw a design and then use it as a shrinky dink. Stick it in the oven and melt that puppy down. Let's see, I got a calendar. And so here's the box. So I can use the box. I went through my cupboard, through my stash. These are potato chip bags. There's a tea bag. This came from Russell Stover assorted chocolates. Might make some sort of like little glassine bag out of that. This was a bottle of perfume, and it has a butterfly on it. So I'm going to use that. Here's some tea bags that I've cleaned out to give it some prettiness. There's another tea bag. Here's some packaging from some decorated tape, some little tea envelopes, an empty box from a glue gun or Glue Dots, a coffee bag. Let's see what else we got in here. Some little oatmeal bags. Gives that nice crunchy sound. Another coffee bag. I don't remember what these were from, but they're gold on one side, silver on the other. I'll find something to do with them. Coffee singles. That'd be a nice little pocket. And then there was a bunch of these I've saved. I've got orange, blue, green, kind of a yellowish gold, yellow, and red. So that will all be used. Maybe make a flower or something out of it. Now you're probably asking, what do you use for the pages? Because you got to have pages in your journal. And I've just showed you stuff that I can embellish with. Oh, here's a piece of duct tape from a package I got. Here is, this came from air filters. Isn't that little girl pretty? That is definitely going in my journal. That is cute, cute, cute. Let's see. Got some meds at Hy-Vee. They gave me a nice little sack. You can use all of your junk mail. Every bit of it. Here's California wanting you to come and visit their state. And I think there's maps in it. Yeah, there's maps in it. So that'll be fun. An old check register. Put some white paint on it. You got a cute little buck. Decorate it up. Powerball tickets. Receipts. You can use all kinds of receipts. Those are all allowed. More receipts. Any notebook paper that you are done with that you would throw away, you can use it on this project. Here's an old garden map from 3 or 4 years ago. Piece of paper. Envelopes. Look at the pretty envelopes of every color that I could cut flowers or hearts or little random shapes out of. I mean, just every color of the rainbow. And it's junk. It's all junk. So that's nice. Here's a black one. All those stupid flyers that you get from junk mail. Who is this? Smithsonian Journeys. I swear I get 3 of these a week. I have never taken a cruise. All these little flyers that's in your magazines that irritate you, that you rip out, use them. There's more. And see, this is just free paper. Didn't cost you nothing. And that's the whole point, is do something that doesn't cost you anything so that people who don't have the money for the fancy stuff, junk journal. And then this is old bills and stuff. That will be my paper, my pages. So I hope that I've intrigued you to go over to the Just Junk Journal Challenge group and maybe play along. She's got a video in there that tells you all the stuff that you're allowed to use, and she's going to be doing one every month. Each one's a little different, so you never know what she's going to tell you that you can use and can't use. And I think that's all that I was allowed. That is it. So this is what all I'm going to center on to make my book, and it has to be in by the 30th, so look out for the next video that has the reveal of what it looked like. See y'all later. Have a good day. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Thank you.